Pepe saves the day, referees are getting worse, Zlatan bids farewell to the MLS, we've got a transfer roundup and today's Friday Feels all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host Matt Frodick, here with the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off, Nicolas Pepe saved the day for Arsenal last night. He bagged two free kicks, stunning free kicks, late on in the game in the Europa League to see off Vitor Guimaraes 3-2. This after former Tottenham player Marcus Edwards scored at the Emirates. What a sweet moment that must have been for him. So for all of you saying that Nicolas Pepe is bad, it's clear that he isn't actually that bad. I saw loads of people last night saying, yeah, so what? He's just scored two free kicks. He hasn't scored from open play. Hello, he's got two free kicks. It's not like it's an easy thing to do. This is something that players spend hours practicing and is increasingly difficult when you actually get to game day. So regardless of the opponents, the fact that he banged two in shows that he does have the quality, and maybe he's on the road to showing that he is worth £72 million. Elsewhere though, Unai Emery completely failed to address the fact that Mesut Ozil yet again wasn't in the squad. I have no idea what's going on, but the problem is that it's getting kind of embarrassing for everybody involved. The club is looking highly unprofessional for not being able to sort out something between a star manager and a player. The manager himself is a well-respected manager and is looking a bit foolish because he's not giving any straight answers. And Mesut Ozil is an internationally experienced winner who's proven that throughout his career and really doesn't need to be sitting on the bench or posting cryptic Instagram messages. Elsewhere in the Europa League, it was a good night for British sides as Wolves managed to win 2-1 after going 1-0 behind. United managed to win 1-0 in Partizan with a penalty from Anthony Martial, and Celtic turned around the game against Lazio to give them a massive 3 points. To one of the most ridiculous decisions I think I've ever seen in football. That was at the Olympic Stadium last night between Rome and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Rome were leading 1-0 heading into the last minute. The ball comes in, it smashes Chris Smalling in his big old boat, and what happens? It's a penalty. It's a penalty given because it hit him in the face. I mean, I know there's no VAR in the Europa League, not until the final anyway, and I know that the referee gave the decision and obviously didn't have the benefit of VAR, but that's still a shocking decision. Is having videos making it worse? Is it making it so that referees are pretty much useless unless they've got a million TV replays to go and look at? How on earth can you give such a bad decision? If you're a manager and you make a bad decision, you come under some heat for it. If you're a player, you get dropped and eventually sacked. How can refs make such terrible decisions? This is yet again another really poor call from him. I mean, it's just hit Smalling plumb in the face. I mean, normally that's kind of funny. I mean, it is funny when that happens to a footballer, but it's such a terrible decision, and you can kind of see why he was disappointed. Fair play though to Roma, who have come out and said that they spoke to the refs. The refs are honest that they made a poor call, and now the matter is closed. Still, I bet deep down inside they are absolutely fuming that it's cost them 3 points. So moving on, and potentially we are edging closer to Zlatan Ibrahimovic back in European football. He did say once his LA Galaxy contract runs out in December, he'll be thinking about a return. Well, he can think about it a lot more clearly now that his LA Galaxy side are out of the playoffs. They lost in El Tráfico, a hilariously named derby between LA Galaxy and LAFC, which involved Carlos Vela bagging 2 goals to take his tally to 36 for the season. Ibrahimovic did reply with 1, but overall on the night they lost 5-3, and it means that the rumours will be flying about where the enigmatic Swede could end up next. He has spoken about a return to Serie A, where I think he'd still do the business. Heck, Man United could probably use him again, and he'd probably fit in wherever else he goes. With a player of his quality, he doesn't necessarily need to be running around at the age of 38. Next, we come to a quick transfer roundup where Dortmund sporting director Michel Zorc has played down rumours that they are offering Jose Mourinho a contract to take over as manager from Lucien Favre. Tottenham are interested in Gremio's Everton Suarez. Barcelona will have to pay around €200 million if they want Lautaro Martinez next summer. And lastly but not least, if things couldn't get any worse for Roma, they're apparently looking at signing Jack Rodwell on a free transfer. So now on to today's Friday Feels, where you guys leave your footballing predictions in the comments section down below, and we read some of the correct ones out on Monday. There are some huge games this weekend. So for the 3 matches, I'm going for the Riviera derby between Schalke and Dortmund to be 2-1 to Schalke. They're in some pretty good form recently. As for the game between Roma and AC Milan, I think Roma are just going to edge this 1-0. And in the big Premier League game of the weekend, as much as it pains me to say it, there is no way in hell that Spurs are winning at Anfield. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory to Liverpool. So that's all from me. Make sure you let me know your Friday Feels in the comment section and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But till next time, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later.